Hey, and look at that, my friends. I even think we're live. Should I play a cool video intro? No, we'll just do a nice graphic. This is what we'll do. That's what we'll do. We'll keep it pretty low key today. Let's keep it. There we go. We'll go pretty low key. What up, everybody? So glad you're here. Coolio and the phone back in the ear. For you, what is that, 80s fans? Is that what that would be? Bear with me for a second while I do some quick housekeeping here. There we go. I gotta find the link and share it with the peeps. And there we go. There we go. Hey, if you aren't doing nothing this Sunday and you decide to hang out with me, I'll let you know that I really do appreciate it. And I'm just doing some quick housekeeping here, sharing the link for the live stream all over the place here. Just because, I hang out by myself on Sundays. And it's one of those things where you kind of got to do some of the work yourself. So, but if you are watching, I appreciate it. Um, um, what I'm really looking for, though, is the people that are coming to this event in Dallas. So, as you know, I do one of these live streams about every Sunday recently, kind of a long form version of the 393, the three shows you see every week. So yeah, I do go live 3 times a week talking about various marketing strategies and business strategies. And Sunday we get a little bit more in depth, technical, if you will, tactical versus strategic, just because it's going to help people out. I like being a good guy. I like teaching things. I like helping people out. Or my, you know what? There we go. Okay. Phew. Yeah, my technology is fighting me a little bit this morning. It's not flawless. It's flawless. It's flaw-like. It's not flawless. It's flaw-like. That's what it is. Oh, I guess I also realized that I'm not streaming to multiple channels. I'm only streaming to YouTube, so things are going to act a little bit differently. So, anyways, yeah, I thought I would go over the any questions that you had about how to do something or how to build automation inside HighLevel. Anything questions about AI? And I find this topic. I think this is an area which is going to become more popular, especially in the world of network marketing. If you are in that world, pyramid marketing, whatever you want to call it, this topic of building a brand, of buying your own domain, of making sure you are running things professionally, is going to become more and more relevant recently because all of these network marketing companies and multi-level marketing companies, whatever you want to call them, are switching to more of an affiliate model versus kind of this tiered relationship model. So I've been thinking about that recently. I want to start doing some marketing and advertising to that group of people to basically help them build their own independent brand as an affiliate versus being in whatever tiered system they were being in. We've seen a couple of big players do it. I think this week I saw that MindBody was doing it, which is a huge network marketing company. So I'm going to try to find a way to help these people out. Maybe come up with a special package, something or for them. If you know anybody in that field, let me know in that niche. And I don't even really call it a niche. That's one of the things that's always bothered me about network marketing is people have called that a business niche. And no, that's a business niche, like billboards are a business niche, okay? That is not a business niche. That is a way of getting a product to market. It is a way of marketing. It itself is not a niche. Just like billboards are not a niche. Just like YouTubing is not a niche. These are all the methods that we use to get people into our world or share information with them, but it itself is not the niche. It is the marketing tactic along the way to the niche. So I'll probably be doing some more space in that world. If you want to help me out, or you know anybody that needs that kind of help, definitely let me know. Um, real quick, not real quick. I take that back. So, for those of you new to the HighLevel world, um, and specifically new to the Level Up conference, we are having our first. They are having their first Level Up conference here in about a week. let's see, it's Sunday, October 13th. So I drive down to Dallas about a week from now, a little bit later than a week from now. I drive down to Dallas to put on my own event and also participate in the main event. So our event, if you're interested, let's see if we can go to screen sharing mode here. Let's see if this will work. Yeah, there you go. Cool. So look at the URL at the top. This is at ghlbadass.com/badass. And if you are coming to Dallas, if you are coming to the Dallas event, I want you to go here and register, because what we are doing is we are putting on a pre-event, if you will, if you're gonna be in Dallas on the morning of the 21st, which is going to be a week from now. That would be what, October 21st at 9 a.m. Central. I actually have event space. That was something that was going to take a while, but got that all cleared up. So we have event space from 9 to 1 on that Monday morning. If you are a VIP person at the conference, well, first of all, give the standard disclaimer, okay? This is completely unrelated to anything that HighLevel is doing, okay? This is not an official company function. There will not be official company representatives there. It's just Patrick putting up an event to help people get ramped up on HighLevel faster, if you will. And so this is happening the morning of the 21st. My buddy and I, Tom Keenan, are putting this on. It's free to attend. We just have to get you registered. So make sure you fill out this form on the screen here to get registered for the event. And it's we're basically going to be covering the strategies that you need and also some of the tactical things you need to get ramped up on HighLevel pretty fast. Okay, 5 hours, not too terribly long, and comes in the world of training. The location is actually not too far, not too far from the actual event itself. It's 3 blocks up is what I think I checked last time. If you look at, let's go to Google Maps and take a look at this together. So if we go to Google Maps, and we can search the Statler Hotel in Dallas. Okay, so the Statler Hotel, for those of you that have never been, is right here. And this is where the event is held. It's an amazing hotel. I've never even seen that pool view right there. Okay, we should be in better shape now. Sorry about that. So this is where the event is going to be held, is the Statler right here. I recognize the curved dry wave right there. Let's go into satellite mode so we can see this a little bit better for people. Okay, there we go. So there's satellite mode. So there's the actual event hotel right here. Here's the event hotel. Oh, I apologize for the muting. I've got the sneezies this morning. Make sure if you are watching, you let me know in the comments where you're watching from and who you are. So here's the event hotel. Last year, I actually stayed in this building over here, this evergreen Amy Winehouse luxury downtown stay. That's kind of irrelevant. So last year, I'd walk across this big parking lot up here to the event hotel, great event hotel. My event is going to be held in this building right here where it says the Majestic Theater, the text right under that building. So as far as the location to the event hotel goes, you're basically going to walk kind of what looks like northwest 3 blocks, then come back in the middle of the block, and that's where our event is going to be held. And for those of you just tuning in, go to GHLBadass.com and get registered for this. Like I said, this is the morning of the 21st, 9 a.m. I've kept it pretty close to the event hotel. For those of you that are brand new to the event, just so you know, Some other cool things in the area are, I believe, to the left, about 2 or 3 blocks in the corner of this square building or this Residence Inn right there. There's a Starbucks. Up right over here, there's a giant eyeball in this park right here, which is pretty cool. We held our final event last year there. And then down from the giant eyeball, I literally stumbled into. So I left the eyeball party last year, went up Main Street, and accidentally ran into this place, the Crafty Irishman bar, which is now my favorite place in that city. The eyeball was cute. Starbucks is cute, but I accidentally wandered in here with some friends, Mateo and Cody, and we spent a few hours there. And it was a whole Irish experience. I ate some very heavy food. I did some arm wrestling. I think I had some Guinness and some whiskey, and then we walked Cody back to the event hotel, which surprisingly, again, is just right there. If it's your first time to this particular event, just so you know, it's very walkable. This whole area is very walkable. Last year, it was kind of funny. Last year, we sat in buses over here behind the Statler. We sat in tour buses to get transported to the event, and it was raining lightly. So I have to admit, I'm kind of glad we had that. But the tour buses had to weave all their way through these streets, going up and down, one-way streets to get to this right here. And if I would have known that, I'm a walker, I'm a rucker. If I would have known that, heck, I would have just walked over there myself, because I ended up walking back. But I was very thankful the event did provide buses, because it was raining, and so by the time we got there, you basically had a bunch of sweaty geeks drinking and dancing their asses off, and there were giant robots with fog machines. And what kind of party? You can't have a bad party when you have giant robots with fog machines, okay? But again, if you haven't done so, please get registered for our event. Just go to ghlbadass.com, walk through the wizard. It's just 4 or 5 questions real quick, and it's the morning of the 21st is when it is happening. Excuse me. And we're just looking for to get about 15 people in the room to basically just share some strategies that are going to make you very successful at HighLevel. And again, that's at ghlbadass.com. I will put that in the comments. Make sure you get registered at ghlbadass.com/badass. There we go. So that should be in the comments there for you if you want to get registered. Okay. If you have any questions about that event, please obviously text me at one of the numbers that you will see on the screen here. You'll see a number rotate to the bottom of the screen here, and I will get those answered for you. So what else can we talk about? Oh, I was going to talk about new features in HighLevel also. This is something that I usually reserve this time for a specific Q&A about product problem solutions, but I thought I would throw in on event prep time some pre-event information about the actual event here at, where was the event hotel? I already lost it. Oh, there it is. It's over there. It's the Statler. Always can find the Statler because it's got the curved driveway in it. So we've talked about the pre-event on the 21st, and then I was going to kind of run through some of the changes. So if you have any questions about HighLevel, leave them in the comments from this video or any other video, because I would love to see if I could either answer them myself or get them answered for you. This is a chance for this to be like Patrick office hours. For those of you who have dealt with other tech companies that have quote unquote office hours. This is Patrick's Sunday morning office hours. So let's take a look at, since I don't have any questions this morning, let's take a look at the recent releases and recent updates and see what's been going on there. And if you are watching, please make sure you leave a comment of some sort so I know who's tuning in from where, because that is always, that's always fun to know. Okay, let's take a look at what's coming up in the changelog. First of all, introducing new templates. Let's take a look at that. Okay, let's actually get the changelog up here. Introducing new templates. Once again, HighLevel just is keeping up at an amazing pace. Looks like you got a couple of new website templates, 2 funnel templates published there, one new email template. My one beef here is when they publish all these new templates. Oh, look at that, a whole new snapshot too. So new snapshot for what? A finance accounting firm. New snapshot about a dance studio, it looks like. So they've got even some new snapshots in there too. The one I'm not going to say the beef, but I believe the one issue I really have with HighLevel is when I go over here to use, if I want to see one of these new templates, like I'll go to websites and I'll say new website, and I'll say from templates. I've always assuming that the most recent ones are the ones that that are the ones they've just released, but that's not always the case. Because if I come here, I see several templates, but number one, they're not in alphabetical order, and number two, I can't really tell which ones are the newest ones that are released, because we have so many freaking templates. I mean, HighLevel has made it so I'm not going to say you don't need a web designer anymore, but you don't need a web designer as much. And this is especially for someone that's going from like no website to their very first website. Someone who's going from no website to their very first website, they can live with a template, okay? Well, you know what? Why don't I do this, Patrick? Why don't I share my screen? Here we go. I'm sorry about that, my friends. So I was looking at the change log over here, and I was seeing that we have some new templates here, okay? Medical, legal, new funnel templates, so websites, funnels, emails, forms, surveys, and some actual new snapshots down here. And what I was saying is when I'm over here creating a new website, I would like to be able to come here from templates and see which templates are the new ones. So click on templates here and see which templates are the new ones, but I don't know of any particular way to do that. Like I said, I can come over here to most recent, but I don't believe these are the most recent. But when they're releasing templates all the time, most recent could be, if we're looking at the most recent, the past 3 months, they're knowing these guys, there could be 50 to 100 templates there. So if you know of a way to see the most recents when the changelog says on a day like October 12th, yesterday, to see which one's the most recent, yeah, I can probably go over here and search for, medical. But again, which one of these is the most recent ones? So I would just like to know if anyone knows of a way to do that, because I would check out like every new template to see where I could use it. But if you have any ideas on that, please let me know. Okay, so let's see what else we have going on. So we're going to go back a week. Let's make sure we do this. So October 6th. So anything prior to October 6th, we are not going to cover. Sorry about that. So October 12th. Let me come down here and see what else we've got going on. So October 10th, update custom values and math operations. Okay, here's what we can talk about. We're excited to announce the feature that will make math operation more powerful. We have the support for selecting the custom values coming in from triggers. In the second phase, we have added the most requested from we update the custom values in the math operation. Oh, okay. So let's go try that out. Let's go back to my test. Let's create a new test automation. We'll use this one here since I know it's pretty empty. Okay, so this one is called testing custom value math in workflows. Always give your automations really good names. And I actually even like to preface these sometimes with ways, kind of like almost like a category, if you will. Some people might say, well, Patrick, why don't you just put these inside of a test folder? Okay, this is my test account, so everything is test in here. That's why I don't have a test folder for this particular thing. Okay, so let's see again. Update custom values in math operation. So I guess we're talking about an instance where you have like tickets. So let's come over here to let's go back into a second tab of our sub accounts, a system where you would have like event tickets and you want to decrease them on a sale. So come over here into settings. We would come over into custom values. Remember, the difference between, for those of you that are brand new, custom fields are staved at the contact level, and every contact has a set of their own custom fields, and they're unique for each individual contact. Custom values are system-wide, so they are not unique or individual or pertinent to the individual. They are pertinent to the system overall. In a case like what we're going to talk about, excuse me, it could be something like like the number of tickets available. Number of tickets available is not a value you would store at the individual level. That's something you would store at the ticket level. Okay, so let's come up here with a new custom value. Actually, we're going to add a folder here. So we'll say new values for 2024 10/13, just so we can play with the stuff that we're building today. Does it drop me right in the folder? Is it really smart? Nope, it doesn't drop me right in the folder. So I got to go find the freaking folder now. Folders. Here we go. And we will say something like new custom value, and we'll say tickets left. Let's say it's tickets left for your event, and you're selling an event, and there are 500 tickets. Okay. So what it's saying is now we can now update that automatically in with an automation. So I come back over here to where I was working, and let's say I have a new order. Order submitted, and let's just pick a random product to indicate it's our event product. So we'll say limited enrollment class test. Okay, so this is a ticket for a class that we are selling. Let's play pretend. Okay, so when a new order comes in, we want to decrease the amount available. So then what we should be able to do now is come over here to math, select a field. Ooh, look at this, custom values. Let's take a look at our custom values field. It looks like it's only going to, interesting that it's, oh, okay, so it's grayed out the built-in ones that we can't change, but it's given us the availability to do math on the custom ones that we do want to change, which is really kind of weird. Okay, those are system values. I get it here. Okay, so we should be able to find the number of tickets available. Oh, you know what? We won't be able to find those. This is why, because they were not available when I started the automation. So updating ticket. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just adding a quick note to the automation so I can save it and publish it. Okay, because you can't really save an automation until there's an action that I have discovered. And then I'm going to come back into this one, come back into this automation. And that's when it kind of refreshes the actions and things that are available. So that's how come I couldn't do it last time, is because I had hopped over here and added a custom value while I was in the middle of doing an automation. So now if I come down here and do the math operation, we will pick custom values. And now that darn thing should show up. Here we go. That's cool. They even put it in the, oh, even give me the folder name. That's cool. You know what? I just realized that this is going to be interesting. So all of these custom values right here, they've got the folder name in them. I've never seen that before. So this one up here, these values up here, and these values down here from the great people over at HighLevel Suites. I imported some of their snapshots, but this is mine. So simple stuff, right? Ticket gets ordered, subtract the available number by 1, update field, and we should just be, I wish there was like a default right here that lets me back, because normally I'm going to just update the exact same field, right? So let's go find that. Okay, so, oh, so we can update. Oh, so we can't use a system value. We can't use a system value to do the math from, but we can store the value back in a system value. See what I'm talking about? Is none of these are grayed out like they were in the other one. The system fields here. Interesting. So then I can come down here and find my number of tickets left. And so my math operation, new values, tickets left, subtract 1. What can we do here? Oh, we can use other values to in the math process. So As always, give our action names really good comments. Reduce available tickets. So, and come up here, we'll say order submitted, we'll say new ticket purchased. Okay, save that. And of course, save your automation. Save your automation early and often so you don't lose anything. And then at this particular time, if it were me, and this is not part of the new features, this is just Patrick riffing here. At this point in time, I would start adding something. I would like add ifs here. I would raise red flags when my tickets got to 0. So I would say something like, do we have any tickets left? And I would come down here and I would say yes, no. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I like yes and no. And for the yes condition, I could come here and say custom values, right? And then let's go find that one that I put in there. There we go, tickets left. If custom values is, I would want to know ahead of time. So we would say, did I pick the right one? Tickets left is interesting. Did I make a bad custom value? You know what? I bet you I made a bad custom value, didn't I? No, a custom value is a custom value. They're not bad or good. Interesting. I'm going to have to bring this up to the HighLevel company, is I cannot do if it's greater than or less than kind of scenario on this field. Interesting. So tickets left. When you build custom values, you don't get a data type here like you do with custom fields. Okay. So interesting. Huh. So I may have to say something for right now. I may have to say like if it's a 1. Okay, because I really want to know, or I can just say is 0 to make it really simple. If it's a 0, do we have any tickets left? Build your own, yes. Is, oh, you know what we would say is not 0. Okay. Interesting. We may have to bring this up as an issue to HighLevel, because that's the main reason I would ever use a value like this, is to basically do numeric type of things on it. Leave me a comment if I'm right or wrong on this, but that's the reason I would primarily hold on for a second. Oh. Okay, bear with me for a second while I come over here. And again, I'm grabbing stuff for people. I just got a chat request to share the link again. So we're going to go over here to my YouTube studio. We are going to grab the link for this and share it with somebody. So let's go to our content. And here we go. Here we go. Let's actually grab the event information right here. And and again, just bear with me. So yeah, so interesting. So this may be a bug. One of us may need to bring this up to HighLevel, is that, you know, we can do the math on this value. We just can't use this in any kind of conditional like we can for custom fields. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, here's another example. In a custom field for a contact, I can, let me see if it'll do it here. How long have you been in business? Let's see if we can find a numeric field here. last order amount. Okay, so you can't. So I may have to, try to figure out how to get this to work when I cannot do numeric testing, because I'm pretty strict on this stuff, and I want to be able to say, when my ticket value is 0, and again, I can just say is not 0, and hopefully that would work. But I would rather have I'd rather be able to test that numerically. Because what if I want to do a test at, like, I want to do a price increase based on availability of tickets, and I want to do something different if I've got 10 through 15 available versus if I have 5 through 10 available versus if I have 0 through 5 available. So that's going to be an issue. I'm going to have to bring up to HighLevel right there. So, but that's basically how the new feature in this new feature, update custom values and math operations, is supposed to work. Is you can basically update those master values either based on if conditions or just by using a simple math operation block. And so that was the first time I'd seen that. So I'm discovering these new features along with you also. Okay, so let's go see what else that they put in this week. So this is cool. This is great and all, but this may need some work. Select field, operate use cases. Yeah, see, this is the one right here. These are great use cases. And see, these are, again, wait lists, all these. Yeah, here's the one I was trying to do, a limited ticket account. That's not possible on a very strict or smooth level, if you will. Opportunity value based on specific calculations. That's a good use case. Monitor progress in the sales funnel. Okay, cool. So all these are really good use cases, but I'm pretty sure that I cannot update these. Okay, whatever. We have to get with HighLevel and maybe get a ticket open and see how, or if that's coming in the future. Maybe that's coming in the future. So this may be, because this says second phase. So maybe there's just different phases rolling out, and this isn't complete yet. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, select the from number in builder settings. Previously, users could configure the from name and from email in the builder settings for their workflows. However, there was no option to specify which phone number for SMS communication should originate from. Okay, so this is how Patrick works. When I see stuff like this, it's like I read half of it and then I go play with it. So let's come over here then, and let's build on this automation here. And let's say someone's coming through this automation, and we're going to do an SMS for some reason. Okay, let's do an S. So it says as an SMS action here, manual action SMS. I'm going to pick. Hey, you got the last ticket, or something here. It says something. Thanks for registering, because this is the branch for whether or not there's more than one ticket available. And this may be, I'd say Patrick there, but of course we want to always use variables when possible. To conversations. Hey, good deal. Yep. Wait, what'd you say here? That's a good update. Will be nice when they add the ability to conversations. Okay, cool. Yeah. So this one, remember, I'm a big fan of using variables. So when I sign off on my text messages, I like to make sure that I use a user first name there versus hard coding anyone's name. But to make sure you do that, please make sure that every contact has an owner. I like to assign the owner up front here. Assign user. We'll say Patrick Almond, salesman Almond. Okay. So that signature I just put in there will only work there. But let's take a back look at this. So the change says users configure from name and from email in the builder settings for their workflows. Open the from settings. Oh, it's at the workflow level. Okay. I thought it was at the text level. I was looking for this change earlier and it wasn't there. This is the settings over here in look at this. There it is right there. I don't have a phone number for this one. So this is over in the settings. And I've noticed we're starting to get more and more settings over in the settings tab. So I would make it a part of your standard process to come and check your settings here. The allow re-entry, we're still getting a pop-up all the time that's on. To me, I've always wanted it on. I've never understood how someone could go through a workflow once. It could always be 2 or 3 times. Thank you, Charles. Add multiple opportunities. That one's obviously there. Stop on response. I've never used that one, but yeah, it's right down here under select from number. Got it. Okay, and then I could hard code. I could hard code my sender details right here. I guess from name and from email, right? And from phone number would be sent right here. Okay, cool. Oh, and this is kind of cool. I don't ever use this option also, but you could always set up this workflow so it only runs 8 through 5, which may be good for like mass email blasts or mass SMS things that you only want to go on during business hours. I don't ever use that option, but that's kind of cool. Hey, good morning, Charles. Man, how you doing? I mean to ignore you there. Let me get this up here. It's a good update. Will be nice when they add the ability to conversations to 100%. Okay, so that's what that change is right here, the select from number and builder settings. This should say workflow builder settings. That's what that means right there versus, I know I'm being picky here. But yeah, again, you go to a workflow, you're normally in the builder, you go to settings, scroll down here, and there is where you can pick the number if you have a number set up. I don't have a number set up for my test account, so good to see that feature there. Okay, let's see what else did we implement. Functionality to pause and resume subscriptions. Businesses can pause subscriptions definitely or indefinitely. How do you pause a subscription definitely? Shouldn't that be like temporarily? Businesses can pause the subscriptions temporarily or indefinitely from payment subscriptions by clicking on the 3 dots next to any subscription from the list. Okay, I've read a line. I know what this is all about, right? Who cares about reading documentation? So let's go over to payments, subscriptions. And do I have any active subscriptions? No, I don't. So let me do this. Let me pull up an example here from my live account. Bear with me for a second while I pull up an example I want to show from my live account without opening my whole kimono here. View subscriptions, so view. Okay, so there it is. I see it now. Okay, I'm not going to show my live account, but if we go over here in the change log, when you go to subscription, there is, when you go to subscription, there is a, there's that option. One key point to this update, be careful whether you choose drafts or void invoices. Okay, we'll take a look at that. So this one has, so yeah, that's what you do is you drill down to here, and then on my screen, to the right of a particular subscription, there is a little pop-up where you can view subscription, cancel subscription, share payment update link, or pause subscription. And then when you pause the subscription, you get and what Charles is saying here is mark invoice as void, mark invoice as draft. Okay. Yeah, I'm with you on this one because I get what he's saying here is that if you mark an invoice as draft, the invoice is still created. And then let's say if you were pausing them for a month, the next month another invoice comes around and will be recreated. Is that what you're referring to, Charles? Is we just want the thing to remember about subscriptions and Stripe, assuming you're using Stripe, is that the subscription creates an invoice and then there is a payment applied to the invoice. So every subscription just isn't charged. It's kind of really weird. It just changes the status of the invoice. That's exactly what I thought, because I actually had to do this recently for a client. We had to basically pause an invoice from the 8th until yesterday is what we did. And it just put the invoice in like draft mode or something, he said. And then yesterday I had to go in and manually change it so the invoice would charge. So I can't show you a live example of this one right here, but I'm seeing it on my screen, and he's right. Most of the time you just want to mark the invoice as void, and you can also pick, it looks like you can pick a custom date here you want to come back on, or it can be paused indefinitely. Where was this change, like 48 hours ago or earlier this week when I had to do this? So I got a call from a client on Monday or Tuesday to pause the subscription temporarily until Saturday, and I had to do it manually in Stripe. No big deal. Okay, let's go on to the next set of changes, and we're only going to go back to the 6th. Separate buttons for file upload and folder creation and media storage. Okay, let's take a look at this here. Don't forget, you're going to go to ghlbadass.com and get registered for the event if you are watching this. And that'll be the morning of the 21st next week. Just about, as I say, a week and like 24 hours from now almost. Be a week more like 24 minus 3, which would be 24 minus 1, excuse me. So a week and 23 hours, if you will. Okay, separate buttons for file upload and folder creation and media storage. Media storage, we have our cool little thing over here. Upload versus folder. Okay, that's right. Over here, I believe on the right, this used to be a new, and then from there, you can pick new folder or new file to upload. And what it's saying here is we actually have a new folder option that you can pick. Forgive my live typing because it's never great. So 2024, 10, 13. So new folder right here. So pretty easy option. So just a little bit of clarity here. This AI one is pretty cool. I don't use it often, but it is pretty cool. Oh, I also like how they kind of have this spaced out now to where it's taking up the full width. I don't remember it working like that before. That's pretty cool. And then of course the new upload option works just like the new upload option has always worked. Very cool there. Okay, let's go see what other cool thing. Well, first of all, I'm going to check on custom objects down here to see if anything's been added. Yep. Very good point. Nice little UX update, brings common actions, exactly. And that's something I've noticed with the product is that there's a lot of inconsistency. It's definitely shows that different teams develop different things because icons look different, the functionality, it does the same thing in the end result, but you can tell just different teams implemented slightly different things. So that's just bringing some consistency to it, which is really cool. These are very, very much first world problems here when it comes to picking on this stuff. Okay, separate buttons for file upload. What else do we have? Revamp forms and survey submissions page. Okay, let's go take a look at that real quick. Revamped forms and survey submissions page. This is interesting because I've been in surveys a lot recently, mainly to get ready for what? For GHLBadass.com. Which if you're watching, you're going to go register or you're going to share in the group for me. GHLBadass.com/badass is our event on the 21st, the day before the official conference at 9 o'clock in the morning. And yes, I'm going to be repeating the heck out of it because I've got to get some people in the room. Yeah, new people that are trying to mainly learn stuff in HighLevel. That's the people we're looking for, is the brand new people who want to come to a free event, who basically want some free training. That's what we're doing this for. We are doing this for, free training in Dallas the morning of the 21st. So we were going to, where were we going? We were going to, surveys here. So I've been working in surveys a lot. I didn't realize the power of these. This is one of my surveys right here. As you can see, there's like a little thing across the bottom. And I really like the fact, and I'm going to start using this in lead generation more. I really like the fact that I can do single clicks and the thing advances and then it gets to my actual end page right here. So this is a survey. A form is just, here's this information. Like this itself, this one by itself would be a form with a submit button at the top. But a survey is kind of more of like a walkthrough thing. And a survey, just so you know, is a way for you to either qualify or disqualify people, or to comment, almost like choose your own path. So surveys are really cool when it comes to just gathering, to basically deciding, how something is going to work. I guess the way I'm trying to say it is whether or not the Q&A you ask somebody is conditional on the previous question, meaning the answer to question 1 would determine whether or not you go to question 3 or question 4. For those of you that grew up on the fact that you guys, for those of you that grew up on ad libs, was it ad libs or the Write Your Own Stories book? Remember when you would get a book here and you'd read to a page and it would say, oh, if you choose to go within the dungeon, go to page 10. If you choose to drink the Kool-Aid, go to page 20. That's what surveys are there. For those of you that grew up on the Write Your Own Venture books right there, I'm aging myself right there. So what was this change again? Previously only 3 columns were displayed. Now you can view all the columns. So supposedly now over here in surveys, we can see our survey submissions. And basically what it was saying is we have the choice of all of our survey columns here. So that's kind of cool. What else did we? So we can view all the columns here. So form survey update was one of my favorite UX updates. It's small, but it makes an impact. What do you mean here, Charles, when you say the fact that you can essentially turn a form survey into a landing page now? Because I'll build that darn thing right here. You know me, man. I'm sorry I didn't do Zoom like you told me to. So what else was on the change here? Users can now select, deselect, and reorder the columns to view the data in the order they prefer. So basically what it's saying here is we can come over here to manage columns. You know what? I don't need first name, last name, phone in this coaching score, last name, website, time zone. Cool, I can add other details here. So basically I can do that right now, probably. And then if I wanted to, oftentimes I'll put the email address earlier so I can drag this up here, but I can't drag it above submitted at. Kind of curious. That's all kind of cool. And then I'm kind of curious. Oop, is it just me or is that button in the upper right hand corner for export acting weird here? That's kind of weird there. So now I'm kind of curious if I export this, if I get this same data in my export. So let's try that. Are you going to export the survey submissions? Because that's what I really wanted. It will be sent to email within 5 minutes of being ready. I don't have 5 minutes. I'm a businessman. I'm moving all the time. Okay. So let me get rid of my email off the screen, and let's see if let's check my inbox and see if that export arrived. Oh, look at that. There's my email. Also, there's all my emails right there. There you go, Patrick. Just open that kimono. Did I get anything yet? Here we go. I got my export. Downloading the export. Let's see if the data actually came in the same way that it was shown on the screen. Okay, so no, it does not. So this does not affect the export. The export to me looks like it's still full all the columns. It's still every single column of data in like the default order. So that does not affect the export, my friends. So just be aware of that. It does not affect the export here. Okay. So let's see what else do we have going on for the change. With the templates, full backgrounds. Oh, I see what you're saying there. The uniform survey allows so many customizations. Form survey. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying there. Very cool. So this is what he's saying here, just so we know. Put that on the screen. What other changes do we have? Going on? Copy functionality. Users can now copy phone numbers, emails, and also have the ability to redirect to URLs directly from the table. So I guess what it's saying here is I can come here into well, I guess if I was to take like a phone number or something, anything like this, what it's saying is I can probably, there it was right there. There was the copy button. Oh, there it is on email right there, the little copy paste button right there. And then same thing with, here it's going to take me over to my website, ghlbadass.com, which everyone who's going to the event is going to go to and register today at ghlbadass.com for the event on the 21st. Yes, I'm going to beat on that thing incessantly. I've got 7 days to get people in a room. Okay, so let's see what other changes we have coming up. We went through this week. October 10th. So we talked about this one. Let's see, what was the next one? Estimates now supported in workflows on October 9th. This is going to be interesting because I don't do estimates. So it's going to be interesting for me to see how this works here. So let's come over here to estimates. Users can now create, save, and clone estimate templates within the template section of invoices and estimates. New trigger, add a trigger for estimates, allowing users to automate actions based on estimate events. Oh, so first of all, that means I should be able to come over here into an automation. And let's just keep working in the same automation I was working on before, okay? Which one was I working on? Oh, here we go. We're just going to keep working in the same automation, even if the flow doesn't make sense. So what I should be able to do here now is what it's saying is come here to my triggers, type in estimates, and get an estimate status, estimate value, or template. So more than likely, I'd be using a template, so I don't have an estimate template here. So then what I would probably do is, I can hop over to another tab pretty quickly. So let's come over here and create an estimate template real quick and try this out. It's amazing once you, I'm going to just pause here for a second, switch to a different scene. It's amazing. It's always amazing to me how many features there are in HighLevel, number one, and how many I don't know because I just don't use them. I don't ever use proposals or project estimates, okay? So those, anything around those features are always new to me. I use contracts, I use order forms, my pricing is pretty static with some slight variables, but things like estimates, it's going to be interesting for me to play with this because I just don't use that feature, okay? So bear with me if I stumble through it. Okay, so come back over here to payments, right? Invoices and estimates. Oop, there's a new estimates. One I haven't gone into yet. So we'll say a new estimate. We're going to use one of my Patrick test accounts. And let me see. I'm going to estimate. We're going to pick a product here. And we're going to say this is the Higgins Super Bundle. And we're going to say this is probably going to be $29.97 is my estimate. For the Higgins Super Bundle, add discounts, tax there, terms and conditions. This all looks good, so that's my estimate, and I'm going to send that. But I'm going to pause for a second because what it's saying now is actually cancel this and save this. So is this a template now? New estimate. Let's turn this into, okay, so new estimate. Huh. Oh, I guess I could have started with a template over here. We'll say a new template. And we're going to pick the Higgins Super Bundle again. And we're going to add that on there for $97, okay? So this is the Higgins. This is the Higgins estimate template. Higgins estimate template, not template. So save that. Okay, so now, oh, that's really weird how that font got really tiny all of a sudden. Okay, so now what we can do is we can come back over here to our workflow. Let's leave and exit the workflow so it refreshes. And basically what it's saying is testing custom value, math and workflows. So basically what it's saying is that now when I use that estimate on anything, because what you can do when you have contract templates and estimate templates is you can basically come over here to this template and you can then say, use this for something, okay? So if this is a template an estimate template that you use a lot of, you can then now come over here to your workflow and say, my estimate template is no result found. Interesting. So how come I can't use this? That is a template that should be available. What am I missing here, people? So this is a template that's available. I think you're missing a EN feature, a lab feature. Ah, okay. I see what you're saying. So I have to hop over here to labs and get that turned on. You know what? If I had my way, labs would always be turned on. Oh, interesting. Oh, conversations. Okay, select a phone number there. Okay. So that has to be turned on. Invoice editor. Got it. Thank you. Charles to the rescue, as usual. Okay. Okay, cool. Thank you. Didn't even realize that was a lab feature. Again, in my opinion, I wish there was a lab feature where I could checkbox on and say, give me all lab features. I want all of them. There's never been a time where I've turned on a lab feature and then went back and turned it off. Because number one, I obviously want all the latest features, but number two, a lab feature is something that's coming. I might as well turn it on and leave it on if it's going to be coming anyways. It's not like I can avoid it, so might as well, what do they say? Leaders always return with arrows in the back. I'm always for getting more arrows in the back. Okay, so leave my workflow just to make sure it gets refreshed. Come back in here. And now let's see if, well, first of all, let's go back to my estimate and make sure my estimate templates, edit this, and save it, and then we are now going to use this template on one of my test customers right here. But before we do that, let's come over here and make sure that my estimate is available as an option here. My template is no result found. Interesting. I still don't have the template there available that I know exists over here. So because I have a template, an estimate template here, I would think that this is definitely a template. Bear with me while I try to work through this. Estimates. Oh, there we go. Invoice templates, estimate templates. See, this is why I guess I really don't mind doing stuff real time. This was an invoice template that looks like an estimate template. Here's my estimate templates here. So let's come over here and let's rename this so we don't get confused, because I save all this stuff for further testing. And then when I want an estimate template, I come over here to estimates, new template. I see what you said there, Charles. Yep. New estimate template. Again, adding a product. We're going to add my Higgins Super Bundle product at, we're going to say $9,700. We want 6 of those. Because we're going to have a very good Sunday. So now this is a template I can use. Okay. So that's the part where I screwed up. Just to clarify again for everybody else, because Patrick's screw-ups are just everyone else's screw-ups. There's a difference between invoices templates and estimate templates, and I totally missed that. And I'm glad I did this right now in front of you guys instead of being in front of an actual audience. So now that I have that, I can use this for other stuff. And so now that means if I come over here and leave my workflow to refresh it and come back in, making mistakes is the best way to learn. I suppose reading the documentation is another great way to learn also. But, making mistakes is a great way to learn right here. So new on estimates, estimate template is, there we go. Thank you. So now, if that template's used, I can trigger all this other stuff right down here, right? So I should be able to now say, come over here and use this template, use template for all that information. It's got the product on there. We're going to put in a customer information right here for $58,000. We're going to save that, and we're going to send that. We're going to send it just via email. I don't know why it said I had to save it first. I had saved it already. And then while that's going on, I'm going to come over here and check my email. Where's my emails? Oh, there it is over there. So while that's going on, I'm going to come over here and check emails to make sure that that actually does come in. Bear with me while I'm just checking new emails. to making sure this came in. Oh, there we go. It came in as a newsletter. So estimates. So copy the link. Let's come over and actually take a look at the estimate now. So here's the estimate. Cool. Now I'm kind of curious. Did I execution logs? I'm kind of curious. October 13th. Okay, so 1031. Okay, so as soon as I use that estimate template is when it was kicked off. So we would probably want to get a little bit more advanced in here and say when template is estimates template, and then maybe probably something like when this thing is approved. So estimate status is accepted, decline, invoice, sent. Okay, so we can say accepted here. So then I'm going to take this accept estimate right here. Are you sure you want to accept the estimate? Yes, I do want to accept the estimate. Okay, we can download the estimate. But then over here in my workflow, this should refresh to 1032 something. Yeah, you can have an if then else for the status of the estimate. But what you should probably do rather than having the if, I guess you could do both. That way you could if you went the if then else route, you could have a branch for each one. I could see that. In this particular case, or do it at the trigger level, yeah, which is exactly what I did right there. So that's kind of cool. Like I said, I don't use estimates often. I've never, they're brand new, and I just don't use estimates in my work. It's not like I'm painting a house or doing a plumbing job and I want to sign off on $10,000 worth of work before I do it. I just invoice people. I just invoice people for the for the work and go from there. Okay, let's see what other new changes do we have in the change log. Estimate stuff now supported in workflow. That was one. PayPal Live for invoice forms, payment, and order forms. So this is kind of cool. I'm not going to run through and test this, but now we have more PayPal functionality. PayPal Live for invoices, forms, payment links, order forms are now available as part of the payment element, which is live for the following products. Okay. PayPal and Pay Later are now available as part of the payment element, which is live for forms, invoices, payment links, order forms. Oh, let's go see, shall we? Let's go see. GHLbadass.com. Don't forget to go register. So it's saying that I'm a big order form fan here. So let's go create an order form. We'll go to my Higgins Super Funnel here. I'll go to my order page. And the exact change was are now available as part of the payment element, which is live for, okay, this is part of the payment element on order forms. So this is part of the payment element. So this is not part of the order form element. So let me do that real quick. So if I just want someone to pay something, let's go add a payment element here. Okay, I saw that, yeah. Payment element. The payment element is separate from the order form. I know it is, right? Yeah, the payment element should be separate from the order form in let me see here. I'm looking for the payment element. Thank you. Thank you, Charles, there. Let's get that on the screen right there. Okay. Payment order forms, order form upsells, e-com store. Okay, maybe it's just because I don't have my PayPal connected. Let's come over here and connect a PayPal account first. That's not where I want to go. Let's connect my PayPal account here. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, I obviously haven't used PayPal yet in this particular test account, so we're not going to go through the integration. But what Charles says here is important for us to read. Old order forms may show Klarna. Old order forms, come on. I click that. Old order forms may show Klarna and other finance options despite not being turned on in Stripe. And the fix for that, he is saying, is to remove the order forms, save, and add new order forms. So this mainly applies to order forms or OG order forms or old school order forms before this change. And Charles has given us a fix here. Charles from Pinnacle AI has given us a fix here as to what to do to basically fix that. If you don't want the financing options available from Stripe, because Stripe adds them by default to all order forms, what it looks like. So very cool. Okay, let's go see another change that has come up this week. Cool. You can see all the PayPal options there. Wow, that is very cool. Very cool stuff. PayPal support inside the payment element. Okay, that's going to be related to the previous change right there when you have, I believe when you're building like, let's go build a page here. Let's go to websites. And we'll pick my hair salon page, which I've been using for a lot of AI demos here. And let's come over here to a thank you page. And let's add a payment element. And let's see if I can get, for some reason, I thought the payment element was separate from the order form element, but I guess not. So cool. It would be just on the order form element is where it would normally be. And if I add this on there, probably nothing will show up if I'm not mistaken, because I do not have PayPal integrated. So let's come back over here to my thank you page. Let's, well, you know what? We're not going to screw with that. It works. I believe them. I believe this one particular works. I'm just not going to, in the demo mode, I'm not going to screw around with too many payment options to get things integrated. The security update, disablement of users API on API v1. For those of you that don't know, HighLevel has an API v1 and an API v2, and API v1 is slowly getting deprecated, thank goodness, and API v2 will be the only one that you can use here, hopefully pretty soon, because it has a lot more features in it than it does from API 1. Okay, that's all that is. I'm not going to do any API calls on this call ever. Private file upload support in media storage. Ooh, let's go take a look at this one, okay? Private file upload support in media storage. You can now securely upload and manage private files along your public ones. Upload files as private to ensure sensitive data is securely stored. Private files are marked with a lock icon thumbnail for easy identification. Access options are private options and they're temporary. Users will be able to leave private files and folders. So I guess this would be, depending on the property set by that. So over here in our media storage, I'm assuming I can upload. Oh, you know what? I should be able to take an existing option like this one, right? Can I do this? Select get link. Let's read the documentation for a change. Upload files as private to ensure sensitive data is securely stored. Okay. Upload a file. So I'm going to upload a file, a brand new file. We're going to upload this video file right here. And so when I upload it, is what it sounds like I should get the option to make this file private. So there's the video file I just uploaded. Get link. So I can get a link. So select. Download, move to a folder, I'm sure. Upload files as private. What am I missing here? I don't think this is a lab functions, right? If it is, that really shouldn't matter because I turned on all the lab functions. Didn't I turn that on? Oh, come on. I turned those on. You guys saw me turn those options on, okay? And everything else is on. Let's refresh this. Okay, cool. Those are on. Not that it really matters. But let's go back to the media storage area here. So upload a file. Yeah, see, I don't get the choice of making, Interesting. I don't get a choice of making a file private here. Any ideas here, Charles, as to what I would do here? Huh. Rename won't do it. So what's this one? That's the AI one. That's what I thought. Is it at... Okay, so that's all the other stuff. Can I make a folder private? Private folder has been created. Interesting. Oh, that's just because I named it private folder. It's technically not a private folder. So let's go take a back look. So upload files as private to ensure sensitive data is securely stored. So I didn't see an option to upload files as private. Access options, including download and copy. Huh. Interesting. I don't, private file upload support and media storage. Interesting. So may have to ask HighLevel about that. So I've got two things I have to ask him about. The first one being way up here at the top when we were talking about, what were we talking about up here where I said I needed to talk to him about something? Oh, the custom values where you really can't do math with custom values. It's all text-based if conditioning. Okay, let's come back down to here a little bit. PayPal users, private channel. Oh, wait, here we go. Private file upload and media support storage. Okay, that's the one. This may tie into permissions. Good point. Very good point there. Okay, next one. Communities, private channel workflow triggers and actions. We've introduced new functionality to help automate private channel memberships through workflows and actions. So in triggers, we can trigger based on something being granted or revoked, or actions, grant private channel access or revoke private channel access. Okay, so first of all, let's come over to ghlbadass.com, where you're going to register to attend the event the morning of the day before the event, 10/21, 9 a.m. in Dallas. Of course, you're going to go there first. But so over here in triggers and actions, so first of all, in triggers, down in automation, it's basically saying that we're going to go back and work on my same play automation I've been working on all day, where I've been adding stuff. So another trigger, private channel access granted. So if someone's granted access to it, is demo community. So the group is, and the private channel is no results found. Okay, you know why that is? Because I don't have any private channels. So let's go back over here to memberships, community groups. So we're going to pick this one right here. Let's create a private channel. So there's all my channels there. Add a channel here, and this one is going to be my super secret private channel. Put that there. We'll pick an icon for it, and we'll make this one private. Cool. That's kind of cool that we even have those now. You guys got to take advantage of those. Get away from those Facebook groups, get away from those school communities, and get your ass over into a HighLevel community. Okay, so we've got that there. Let's come back over to our automations. Go down, pick the one we've been working in today. And here, so basically we have a trigger that basically says, oh, no, it was private, right? It was private. There we go. Private channel access granted. So I can say the group is the HighLevel group, the demo community I was working in. And then now I should have private channel is super secret private chan. Okay, so cool. So when someone grants access, when somebody gets access to that, you can now trigger that and do some follow-on actions. What kind of things would you possibly do? Well, maybe you'll actually grant them access to another private community, or maybe you'll grant them access to another public community you had elsewhere, Community calendars and community chat launching at Level Up. Dude, how do you know this stuff? How do you know this stuff? I want to be on a beta for everything, but that's very cool. So we've got some features coming out at the Level Up conference here in a week. Thank you, sir. Um, so if you want to basically give them either like gift them something, or maybe if you've got like a lot of admins and an admin grants access, you want to know about it as a main admin, or a main moderator kind of thing. Maybe same thing if the access is revoked. So, and like I said, there's a workflow action down here, and we're going to put something in here we would not normally put in here. Add to user. Oh, we're not going to do that one. And so the workflow equivalent of the trigger action, because oftentimes we have complementary ones on both, is you could do something really weird. Excuse me, really queer. Was very offensive. I can't believe I just said that. Revoke private channel access group. It's going to be my demo community, and the private channel is that one right there. So you would never, obviously, when something is triggered, revoke the access, but you could, just to be mischievous if you wanted to. Cool. Oh, yeah, that's right. You tell me not to say something on a public live stream. Really? That was a dangerous thing. Don't. If you put it in the chat, it's going to come out of my mouth. I'm like the guy with the cue cards. If you put something on a cue card, it doesn't really matter what it is. I just say it without reading it. And the chat are my cue cards. Okay, there. Okay, so there's that change right there. Pretty simple stuff, but it's cool that we have private channels now in communities, and it sounds like we're going to have more cool stuff come out at Level Up. But of course, the day before Level Up, you're going to attend my October 21st event on the morning of the 21st at 9 a.m. Dallas time. Okay. Okay, let's see what else we have got going on here. Private channels, workflows, triggers, and actions. Rescheduled tag and appointments. We've introduced a tag that allows users to easily. Okay, this one kind of confused me a little bit, only because the word tag. Okay, to me the word tag means something, as in down here under settings and tags. Okay, but what they're saying is when you make an appointment. So actually setting this up is going to be a little bit of work. So do I have an appointment here? I probably don't have any appointments set in my test instance, do I? Probably not. Okay, so let's make a new appointment. And new appointment with Patrick. And we're going to say that's Monday, October 14th, yada, yada, yada. I'm keeping it pretty simple here. Oh. We'll just pick one of these Gmail ones. So book appointment. And so hopefully that'll notify me via email that I have an appointment. And then now, can I reschedule that from here? Yep, I can. Cool. So let's see if just the reschedule option will work from here. So reschedule, and we will push this out a day. We will push this out to the 15th. Confirm, save appointment. Will this do it? Or will it only work if the end user does it? There we go. There's the reschedule tag. That's what I was talking about right there. Cool. Yeah, I got a little confused when it said tag because I expected a tag down in settings, down in the settings area. Okay, cool. Reschedule tag and appointments. Got that one going. No need of a credit card number if it's a $0 checkout. Ooh, let's try that one. Okay, under sites and funnels, we are going to use our Higgins super funnel. And we are going to say if, so go back to our order page, and we're going to add a product on here. Let's say $97. Okay. And let's say I have a $97 coupon. Okay. So let's come back over here to coupons. Create a coupon for, we'll call this coupon Pinnacle. We'll call the coupon code Pinnacle. It is a fixed coupon for $97, right? And it starts today, and it's good for a week. It's good till the 21st. Why the 21st? Because the 21st is when you're going to be in my class in Dallas at 9 a.m. on the 21st, the day before event. That's why it's a good time. See, notice how I'm getting smooth and slipping all these things in here. I'm smoother than a fresh jar of Skippy on this stuff. Okay, so $97 coupon right here. Create this coupon, come back to my funnel here, and come back to my Higgins Super Funnel. And so what I basically believe it's saying is that on my order page now, if I pull up my order page, first of all, did I leave coupon code on there? Was I smart? Did I leave coupon code on there? Oh, dagnabbit, I wasn't smart. So let's edit that order form real quick. Come over here to advanced on the actual order form. Come on, behave. One-step order form. Okay, let's turn on the coupon code. Enable order bump. Where's my coupon switch? Where's my coupon? There it is. Enable coupon codes. There we go. So publish that. By the way, have you ever noticed in HighLevel, every now and then, you will do a publish and the publish will not save it? So sometimes I click publish, it goes to the update meta SEO or something. It says the publish is done, yet my save has a little dot on it. Slightly annoying, no big deal. Okay, let's come back to our order page now. And what we're saying is, so we require payment as a result of this $97. But theoretically, if I come here and I type in Pinnacle, and ooh, look, I got a subscriber. I can't even tell who that is. AB Broadcasting just subscribed on YouTube. Very cool. Yeah, I forgot to tell everyone to make sure you please very much subscribe on YouTube if you're watching. Okay, that's a very important thing. Subscribe on YouTube. And then Charles just reminded me of over here in the site settings, I basically have to allow this. So require or disable the requirement for the credit card right here. We're getting more settings every now and then down here in the site area. So require credit card disabled. Thank you, sir, for reminding that. I saw it over here. I just hadn't made the mistake to get to it yet. You know me, I stumble my way forward on this stuff. So let's go back to our order form, our order page, pull it up here. And okay, so there's all of our required credit card information. And so the way this should work, in my opinion, is I should be able to put in Pinnacle here for my coupon code. Apply that, and look at that. Oh, that's very cool. Okay, so just for those of you that may have missed it, right now, because this is $97, I have my standard Stripe options, plus Afterpay, plus Klarna. It used to be that no matter what you did, even if this came out to $0, this order form required, and the bot exchange, the Hot Rod Exchange also subscribed on YouTube. Very cool. I appreciate you guys. It used to be that regardless of what this amount was, you always had to put in this information. But now, as was pointed out in the chat, that you can use now, if you wanted to, you could use your order forms now like lead gen things, just maybe for a limited time. You could give people a coupon code, and that would basically make it $0 for a temporary amount of time. Now I'm kind of curious. Let's get fancy here. So if I turn on my order bump though, and my order bump costs money, okay, good. That comes back on, as well as the coupon code goes away. So what happens if I have the order form on? And this may have to do with coupon code settings also. What happens if I have the Pinnacle on? And ooh, we got fancy here. Oh boy. Oh, okay. Let's see. Let's see. Thanks, Thomas. I saw your question, brother. Give me a second. What the heck did HighLevel just do here? Are you guys seeing this? Somehow it took my $97 coupon code, applied part of it to the main product and part of it to the $5 course. So is that right? So it took the $97 and applied part of it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one seeing this. Uh, that's that's freaky a little bit. Well, you know what? May only be solved by the time you get on site on the 21st at 9 a.m. and you hang out with Thomas and I 3 blocks away from the Statler Hotel. So I'll hope to have discussed this issue in a week more than that. Did I say yesterday? I meant a week plus yesterday. Your coupon wasn't specific to a product. That's not right. Okay, so after you go to ghlbadass.com and get registered, so what's Charles saying? Your coupon wasn't specific to a product. It doesn't really matter though. A coupon shouldn't. Well, first of all, it didn't take the entire value of my coupon. I've still got a penny, and for the life of me, I want that damn penny. Okay, I want my $97 coupon penny, but I've never seen it. So it should. So I understand what you're saying. Your coupon wasn't specific to a product, so it was specific to the overall invoice. But if that's the case, how come my overall invoice isn't $5 like it should be? Okay, let's try this again. No order bump, $97. Pinnacle. So this works right. I have no payment due because $97 was applied with a $97 coupon. Okay, let's remove that. Let's pick the OTO. I made it a dollar amount. That's how come you saw the $97 work on the $97 amount. I made it a dollar amount. So here's my 97 plus 5, and I picked Pinnacle for my coupon code. Right, and so to me, logically, and the math, there may be some invoicing. I may have basically kind of thrown it for a loop here, but when I put in my coupon code, I get 476 off that and 25 off of that. So I basically think the coupon system is confused as to what to do because, like Charles said, I didn't specify it to a product. So let's come back over here to my coupon code and fix this. So this just tells me that you're going to have to get very specific when you're using coupon codes, or you're going to have to make sure, like all things, you test this stuff. So let's go back to my coupons over here, my Pinnacle coupon. And limit this. Yeah, that is kind of weird, isn't it? Limit this to certain products. So we're going to pick the Higgins Super Bundle for $97, right? So yeah, we don't really need that yet. Limit to 1 use per customer. See a fixed coupon, $97. Generate, save. And now let's come over here and refresh this and see if it works a little bit better. So I refresh the page. We're starting from scratch. Okay, first of all, let's do a very basic test here. Pinnacle coupon, $97 taken off, $0 invoice, complete order, no information, no credit card information required. Okay, cool. Now remove this, and now we're going to pick our order bump and then put in our coupon code and apply. Okay, there we go. So that just tells me to be careful when you're creating coupon codes, that you always make sure to, pick the product that you want it to go to. Now I'm kind of curious though. Ooh, let's try a percentage coupon with the entire product with the order bump. So let's say a percentage coupon, 100% off, which should technically work no matter how big the order is, right? So let's reload this and try this again. I love this kind of stuff. I love breaking stuff. So let's come here. $97. Put in the coupon Pinnacle. I should end up with 0, right? And I don't have to put any credit card information in. Cool. Okay. Let's remove this. And then let's pick our order bump. By the way, as a point of I don't want to say a point of order, just the way that I call things. I'm just kind of curious if anybody else is this way also. Make my face a little bit bigger here because you can't have enough Patrick. I call things on the order page. I call these order bumps, and I call these OTOs, okay? I call things on separate pages the upsells and downsells, okay? So to me, I personally would not call this an upsell. I would call this an order bump or an OTO. I know it's kind of splitting hairs, but that's how I distinguish the between upsells and order bumps. Okay, so have my thing put in. Now let's see if the 100% coupon will work here 100% of the time. Oh, nope, it did not. You know why? I already know why it didn't work. It didn't work because I am product specific. So let's get rid of that product specific specification down there. Save that. Come back up here. Okay, again, let's try this. Pinnacle, 100% coupon. $0, no big deal. Remove the coupon code. So now let's pick our order bump here and Pinnacle. Now, the way that you should do testing, just so you know, I come from a software development background, and the way you do testing, in my opinion, the really strict way, is you don't put in a test case scenario like this. You don't complete the test scenario until you've written out the test scenario, meaning that I should be able to predict this behavior before I ever put this in, okay? So when you're going through and testing and stuff, define how it should work first and then test against that. Don't test against what's in your head. Because what's really nice is when you write out your test scenarios first, is your test scenario should be so good that you can give that to somebody else and they can test your code and they can test your order forms, okay? So a lot of you guys didn't know this, but I come from an enterprise, disaster recovery software development background. I've cut my teeth for some IT chops in the world. Okay, so I used to work at Hertz down the street, which had entire QA testing departments, which just beat the heck out of code to make sure it worked. Okay, did we work okay this time? So yes, and it even did the math right here. Okay, was that right? 97 plus 3, 5, 102. You saved $102. Okay, cool. So the percentage one works okay, and the amount off one works okay as long as you're very specific with the product information. Okay, and as you can see here, I can now, I can now come here and say Patrick Almond plus what is it, 1104 at gmail.com. I use this cool Gmail trick you can use where basically you can put a plus sign and anything after this, and that will still go to the main patrickallman at gmail.com address. And for those of you that are newer to HighLevel or you're newer to building workflows and testing stuff, this comes in handy when you want to run through multiple test scenarios, but you don't want multiple email addresses. What you'll see me normally do is my Gmail address is patrickallman plus gmail.com. What I normally do when I'm testing things over and over and over is I use a different email address every time. I just put plus 1104. And that way I know when I look back at my database, I can find that particular contact. So if I'm really on the ball, okay, you know what, it's 1105 now. If I'm really on the ball, this is what I do, is I use a completely new contact. I use Patrick 1105 because that's the time right now. Even for the phone number, I'll put in 405 555 1105. And that way, that way I know when I look in my database after testing stuff, I can find this contact. And this was the one I tested 1105, which distinguishes it from the one I tested at 11 o'clock or 11:10 or 11:30 kind of thing. Okay. Complete that order. Enter both first and last name. What do you mean enter both first and last name? I did put in both first and last name, you stupid computer. What is not liking about what I did there? Patrick 1105, Almond 1105. Huh. It doesn't like my first and last name. Can I put in Patrick A? Can I put in Patrick Almond? It likes those. But if I put in numbers, interesting, it doesn't like my name to have numbers on there. I never noticed that before. So what I can put in, Patrick 1105. Oh, 1105. Okay, interesting. I never noticed that before. In other systems, I thought at HighLevel, I've been able to do that on other forms. It doesn't like the numbers. Interesting. Okay. Complete order. This should be Mr. 1105. Ooh, yeah, look at that. My upsell had an upsell page here I was testing with, looks like probably Keith Bashir knowing me. So cool. No, I don't want my upsell. And I don't have a order confirmation page. No big deal. Okay. And then I should be able now to come over to my contacts and see Mr. 1105 right there. I'm kind of curious, does it actually show? Okay, so there's my ordering. Does it actually show an order? Okay, for $0. That's cool. And that was today, right? October 13th. Uses old school Java string for data validation. Cool. And then for payments over here, I should be able to see my orders, even though it's a $0 order, right? October 13th, paid. Kind of misleading, but I get it, paid. And view the order. And cool. Thomas, if you are still on the live stream, please let me know, and I will talk about how I got that pop-up to work. For those of you that are wanting to do more YouTube work. Okay, here's the order detail. 2 items totaling $102. It took the Pinnacle discount, took off $102, and everything went through. Okay, I'm kind of curious if you know what I'm going to do real quick. I'm going to hop over into Stripe and see if Stripe was even pinged, because I'm just kind of curious. I have a feeling that, you know, just depending on the way it was implemented, Stripe may have never been pinged, or it may have been pinged. Let's see here. Let's go. Okay, cool, dude. So about transactions, was Stripe even pinged? Customers. Let's just go double check. 1105. Nothing there. Okay, cool. Okay, let's take a look at some of the other credit changes. So $0 order forms, very cool. Seller free product. That's actually a pretty simple one. I'm not going to go into that one. That one's obviously, that's not too different than the $0 order form, but you can sell a $0 product, kind of thing. And like Charles said here, this is going to be cool because you can, what was it? What was it? Here we go. This is kind of a cool thing to think about as you build your marketing. This allows you to essentially turn an order form into a lead magnet form and not have to require a credit card. So what you can do in this particular scenario, which is kind of cool, is what you can do is you can, if you have order forms for different products, oftentimes you'll use those products temporarily for lead gen products, which means you have to go create a separate process, a separate funnel from the order process. You have to create your free opt-in process to give that thing away, to give away that $50 PDF as a download. You have to go create, opt-in, get my free PDF that's normally worth $50 right here. What it's saying here that Charles brought up, which is very cool, is you can then you can just use the same order form you're already using and just give someone put a coupon out in the wild that expires. So you could say, here's my order form, the same order form that everybody else uses. Here's my cool Pinnacle coupon code. It is good until midnight on the 21st or until 9 a.m. on the 21st, when you will have gone to ghlbadass.com and registered for our event, which is going to be at 9 a.m. on the morning of the 21st, right? You could put in a coupon code that expires there, and that way you don't have to have multiple assets, and all the features and benefits that you wrote out for the funnel can still apply. You don't have to recreate all those in a separate free funnel versus the paid funnel kind of thing. So that's what he's talking about right there. So that's kind of cool. You bring up a very good point there. Sell a free product. That one's pretty obvious. I'm not going to get into the Facebook ad manager. I am personally going to be one of those guys that sticks to native ad managers, because nothing against HighLevel. HighLevel is building a great solution for a certain group of people. Me and probably the Thomases of the world and the Charles of the world. In my opinion, that any third-party ad manager cannot keep up with the original or the native ad manager, in my opinion. I don't want to speak for anybody else, but HighLevel's Facebook ad manager will not be able to keep up with Facebook's Facebook ad manager, okay? They'll always be one step behind. So the ad manager features inside of HighLevel are not made for these super geeky nerds, okay? If you will, they're made for kind of the user levels if a user doesn't want to get really good at Facebook ads or the Facebook ad interface, they would use the um, they would use the HighLevel version. And yeah, Charles brings up a very good point here, which I noticed as soon as, actually, this is one of the things that stopped me from using it, is that once you pick an option, and I believe your two options are, you can use Ad Manager just as kind of like a pass-through, expense amount. So you're just using the ad manager to manage your existing ads, or you can use the ad manager as like a profit center where you can basically say whatever your ad spend is, HighLevel will pad a percentage of it and give that back to you as profit kind of thing. This is what Charles put right here on the screen is the thing that actually stopped me from going into ad managers. I went in and there's probably a post in the Facebook group and I saw this choice I had to make. I'm like, number one, someone clarify this choice for me. And number two, this choice is permanent. And so actually after that, I stopped even going into the ad manager. I put on the brakes and I will just choose to manage my Google ads and my Facebook ads natively, because that's the kind of shop that we are and we want to be. Is I've built and I want to continue building a shop that just basically makes it so my customers don't have to sign into anything. I just want my customers to get leads, phone calls, appointments, and emails, and not even worry about the tech. It doesn't really matter if I'm running YouTube ads or Facebook ads or Google ads. I just want them to get the solution, the end solution. I don't want my users to ever worry about ad groups or ad campaigns or ad copy or A/B testing and that stuff. That's my job. That's what they're paying me for. So this is just a feature I cannot see me personally using a lot. Okay. Let's go back over to our screen share really quick. Well, first of all, we need some fireworks. You can't ever have too many fireworks. And actually some applause. Probably with his kids, Noah and Thomas in the living room. So going back to the screen share here. So that's the additional CTA buttons for Facebook ads. We have to go back to October 6th. October 7th, T3 enhancements to address the confusion faced by the user that workflow mentioned executed, but conversions were still not reflecting on Google. Okay, so we just had an issue here with Google AdWords and workflow execution times. So that's been fixed. And then we get to basically almost to like last Sunday where we had more new templates, or last Saturday where we had more new templates. So a week ago on the 7th would have been the 6th. So a week ago Saturday would have been the 5th. So more new templates. So templates is basically, Saturday is basically template release day for HighLevel is what that is. So that's kind of cool. Okay, last question. We are going on just about 2 hours here. Cool. I like these things to be a little bit longer. If you have a question about HighLevel and you haven't had it answered yet, please drop it here. And between some one of the brilliant people on here, we will get it answered. If you're going to go to Dallas and join the event yet, make sure you hop over to ghlbadass.com and get registered for the event on the 21st at 9 a.m., please. And then really quickly, I'm going to answer one last question that has nothing to do with HighLevel. My brother from another mother, Thomas, has asked about how do I get, for those of you that may have been watching over here on the left-hand side, let's go back to a different set of screens here. Over here you can't see where my mouse is, okay? But over right about this area, if you subscribe to me on YouTube right now, right about this area, if you subscribe to me on YouTube now, I get a pop-up that says, hey, this person subscribed to you on YouTube, which is very cool. It does wonders for the ego. I'm always trying to boost my YouTube numbers, like I'm trying to boost my email list numbers, like I'm trying to boost my SMS subscriber numbers. But this was also kind of an entertaining thing for you, the end user, to watch that. And the way I did that, Mr. Keenan, is well, first of all, let's pull up the website. Streamlabs. That's my, okay, I guess that's my answer there, is Streamlabs. Let's go there real quick. So Streamlabs is one of these companies that was, let's make sure I'm human here. So Streamlabs is a really cool company that has a lot of features. Let me reduce my face here. Sometimes you don't want all that, Patrick. Sometimes you want less, Patrick, okay? So Streamlabs is this company that has all these really cool features um, that are obviously for streamers. And one of the, really quickly, without going in too deep, one of the features they have is widgets you can put on your screen. So like you see where my screen is up here right now, that's actually approximately where the new subscriber pop-up goes. Actually, it's more like right here. And it's about, well, I don't want to mess with my scene. So you can't see this over here in the software. So right above where my head is right now is where that pop-up happens. And what I did is I basically went to Streamlabs. I installed the Mac client, okay, connected it to my YouTube account, and then I went and picked a widget for a new subscriber widget. So cool. It has all these widgets here you can basically embed in your live stream. And let me see, alert box. I think that's the one I picked right here. And an alert box can basically um, it looks like basically with an alert box, you can pick the different things that you're alerted on. And when I was configuring this, I picked a new subscriber alert. When I picked the new subscriber alert, it gave me a little block of code, Thomas. And that little block of code I used in the live streaming software I use called Ecamm. Okay, so I use Ecamm on the Mac for my live streaming. And in Ecamm, you can basically, take a little square on your screen and you can give it a URL. And once I created the widget in the software, it says, okay, now use this URL in your live stream. For that little square, I was basically able to say in Ecamm, this is a widget. Ecamm knows about Streamlabs. This is a widget, and here's the URL for the widget. So now what happens is, it's just kind of a complicated thing. When someone subscribes new on YouTube, Streamlabs knows about it. Okay, Streamlabs takes that information, builds that pop-up, and because the string for that pop-up, I can show you this in person, Thomas, by the way, because I have that connected to that little URL, that pops up on the screen there with Streamlabs. This is actually free. I'm using the free version of Streamlabs right now, but Streamlabs has all these other really cool things. You can have goals. Like let's say if I'm doing a fundraising thing, and I want to put a fundraising goal on the screen that dynamically updates. You can have it update with contributions. You can have other widgets here that has like, your event list, or display recent events in real time. So like subscribes and things like that, contributions, things like that. Spin wheel for things like, drawings or things like that you use. I don't have this turned on, but I can basically embed all of these, and some of these are even free. That's the cool part about this is some of these are even um, free. The subscribe thing I have there pop up that was a free widget I put on there. But so the summary of this is I went to Streamlabs. I downloaded their Mac client. I have an account with them. I connected it to my YouTube account, and then I created a new widget over in Ecamm. And you can do it with OBS. You can do it with other tools also. You can even have stuff on here like viewer count, which is kind of cool. I don't have a ton of viewers, but I may put that one on there. But this is just things to share information, to be more engaging, to be more interactive when it comes with your YouTube audience. Okay, and that's something I'm definitely trying to do more and more and more. And I always like the fact that when people subscribe, their name gets to pop up on the screen. I always thought that was kind of a cool thing. But yeah, go check out streamlabs.com. I know there's a Windows version, but this is mainly made for people that do like a lot of streaming and just let you do all kinds of cool things on there. So hopefully that was helpful. I'm going to call it a day, but please make sure you go to ghlbadass.com and register for our event the morning of the 21st at 9 a.m. in Dallas, just a few blocks away from the Statler Hotel. You'll get your morning exercise and you'll get a chance to help close some apple rings. Outside of that, thanks for hanging out with me for 2 hours as we covered the new HighLevel releases. And Charles and Thomas, thank you for always for tuning in on Sundays. Everyone comes and go, but the two of you seem to hang out quite a bit. So I'm going to hit some breakfast, some more coffee, and start my packing for Dallas. because I like to look good for my friends in Dallas. So you guys take care. Have a great Sunday, and we will probably see you Monday morning for the 9 a.m. live stream. Right? Okay, we'll see you then. Take care.